Welcome everyone to my new price prediction video presentation for Polkadot on July 2024. Actually, for the second part of the month, we're going to talk about it and take it step by step, including a technical analysis that makes it pretty much understandable for the current market context. Let's dive into. Numbers are nice, especially in terms of the last couple of days. And another very important thing is that Polkadot did not lost its previous low structure. It has been completely rejecting to do that, and this is a very powerful buying pressure signal line. At the same time, it is no surprise to have buying pressure after you have been dumping 58% in a so-called bullish environment, right? So you got 114 days of continuous dumping, and anyone that got into longs at those times, during those moments, were under suffering. Of course, there were levels out here that were quite heavy, especially around $9 to $10 mark, a lot of the buying pressure there. And then, of course, the market structure above $6.3 that held for a while, and it has been lost for liquidity purposes. Markets were taken even lower, and it is the usual non-stop lower lows with liquidity grabbings, which are highly enjoyed by the market makers and by the exchanges against the retail. The current structure is strongly bullish, especially with today's confirmation on the daily candlestick. So as soon as we successfully break out of the current green trending line that starts from 27th of May, which is the high of the range, we are having a new era opened for Polkadot. The target is going to be above 200 days moving average, which kept us under pressure, especially in the ranging chart. That was one of the major signs people could have utilized for bearish signal out there. Once you start being pressured by the 200 days moving average line, you are in trouble. When you are getting supported like here, for example, that's a total different journey. It's the opposite. You're expecting strength, but that strength is in a continuous effect, which is also when it comes down to the bearish side. It's not something that closes off temporary. Simply holds and pushes 51 days of strength because of the confirmation of the 200 days representing 87%. The same thing happened when we pretty much got rejected. It was quite for a long period of time up there, unfortunately. Now it is the time to fight for the challenge, retest that 200 days and push above. Pushing above into the supply located on 7.5, 7.7, including the reverse golden pocket around $8. It's two areas of heavy supply. Two areas, which also means to grab the range top, and this is a potential reversal point, at least on a micro scale. And at the same time, we should not be sorry about that, because if you get a movement from the lows as we were into the $8 mark, you're going to have a 65% movement, and you need to know there's people monetizing that, there's people enjoying those profits. They will get out of their positions, they will start shorting, and they will generate that significant selling pressure expected at those levels, right? So do not be surprised about it, and this is absolutely normal. What you have to do is you got to bounce from the 200 days at that level, which is going to continue like this. You got to bounce and hold on to that, which means you're putting together patterns for a season above double digits, and that opens the discussion for a whole different era, which means we are going to talk about a possibility of an altcoin season. Please remember one very important thing, that an altcoin season has a low as well. So that low could be the current one. Keep that in mind. Or you could actually somehow retest the 6.4, 6.5, but whenever we get on levels, $30, $50, $60, you'll see that it makes a huge difference to get into the markets at 5 or at 6.5. When you're on 30s, there is a big difference in the revenue, guys. I mean, between 5 and 6.5, it is a, let's just measure that quickly. I'm pretty curious on that. It's a 30% difference, and that's huge, right? So to be able to buy 30% more quantity of tokens means 30% bigger revenue. To be able to earn 30% on the futures before actually the market kicks off is also on 2x or 3x leverage. 60 or 90%. So that's a lot actually in terms of differences, even though people tend to underestimate that when the price action is getting further away and they pretty much consider that it has no value. Simply, this is the current situation on Polkadot. We are enjoying it. Honestly, we are enjoying it in the way it sits at the moment, and I would not complain about it at all. Even though in the last couple of days, we were not looking good. Indeed. But what happened in the last 4 to 5 days transformed a lot of the cryptocurrencies to have a total different approach. If this market condition continues, we are going to open up the doors for tremendous discussions towards the bullishness. Enjoy, guys. Have a good time. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and at the same time, for those of you that care about education and skills, especially for trading, part-time or full-time, it doesn't matter. You got to do it correctly, whatever way you do it. You want to check out the one-on-one coaching program with me, where I'll take you by hand and teach you how to trade. This is an intensive coaching, comprehensive, between 4 to 6 weeks on Zoom conversations live, where I am teaching you the way I trade since 2014 full-time. It is a quite complex activity with many pieces of the puzzle, and if you trying to, eliminate one of those pieces or take a piece and trying to copy paste it in your system, it will not work because of the system, folks. You need the entire system of trading, starting from the thinking side until the last details of the economical and risk management strategies and what kind of situations are we trading and what kind of situations are we avoiding. So the most important thing in order to be profitable is always knowing how to lose. This is the number one condition to be profitable, knowing how to lose. Great. We also have the ability to participate in my trades completely done for you without any prior fees, just a commission from the pure profits made. Commission is paid every 7 days by you. All the links are in the description area. No fancy sales page. This is nothing to sell around. This is just my journey, pretty much documented and shared together, and there's people requesting to join on board. So here we are. Enjoy.